understand that that was only game 1 of the NBA Finals, but after what I just saw with my own 2 eyes, I'm convinced the Mavericks have no chance of coming back. Like, yeah, they could win 1 or maybe even 2 more games, but the Celtics just dominated the Mavericks in a way that we haven't seen all playoffs. And all of that starts with a guy that barely played in the playoffs, with that being Kristaps Porzingis. At first, a lot of people weren't even sure if he was going to be able to play in the NBA Finals, but thankfully for the Boston Celtics and himself, he was able to come back just in time. Now, there was a little bit of doubt. I was watching one of the pre-game conferences that they had with him, and he didn't even seem to know if he was going to be playing, and they brought him off the bench, but none of that stuff matters when he goes out there and does what he did right away. He was making a difference on both the offensive and defensive end. He was blocking shots, hitting the craziest threes, like seriously, the craziest threes. And even if he wasn't blocking shots, him being there anyways, like the length that he provides, just being in the paint, was something that was so helpful on the defensive end. I mean, the Celtics are already a good defensive team without him. I'm pretty sure they actually have a very solid record without Porzingis, which had a lot of dumb people saying that they were going to be better without Porzingis. I don't think it's true, but I did see that everywhere. So when they did get Porzingis back, you already knew that they were just going to be the most overpowered team in the entire league. But Porzingis does one thing specifically that to me makes him so important to this Boston Celtics team, and that's the fact that he stops the lob threat coming from Daniel Gafford, Derrick Jones Jr., Derek Lively. He stops that. He eliminates that with his height and just his rim protecting ability. And if you've watched my channel before, or you watched any of my other videos talking about the Dallas Mavericks and how they ended up in the situation they're in now, you know that I give all my credit, every single bit of credit I have to give, I give it to Daniel Gafford and, you know, the lob, the people that go up and finish the lobs. I don't want to say all 3 of their damn names every single time. I talk about them all the time, and this game, I don't think we saw any of them finish a single lob because Kristaps Porzingis was always camping around in the paint, ready to go and ready to contest anything that they had to put up. Now, why is Porzingis able to stop that lob threat and not Rudy Gobert or Cat? I don't know. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. But the Celtics aren't only good because of Porzingis, okay? There's more to a team than just one guy. Unless you're talking about Jaylen Brown, because I think he could have actually taken on this Dallas Mavericks team on a 1v5 and still had a chance at taking the game. And just like Porzingis, he was getting it done on both the offensive and defensive end, especially the defensive end. When I tell you this man was out there getting steals, blocks, posters, 3-pointers, mid-range, he was doing everything out there. Like, I don't think there was a single thing he wasn't able to do. All I'm gonna say is if the Boston Celtics win this championship, I pray to God that it is Jaylen Brown that wins the Finals MVP. Not only would it be just hilarious to see Tatum not get that, but also the fact that Jaylen Brown just gets so much hate for being him. I swear, I've never seen a player get so much hate for like losing a regular season game against the San Antonio Spurs or something like that. Jason Tatum, on the other hand, was looking god-awful. Okay, he wasn't the worst superstar that was playing in this game, and you know that he's gonna do whatever he can to stat pad and get that 16, 18, 20 points, something like that. But there was a part of this game, I'm pretty sure it was right after halftime, where the Dallas Mavericks started to come back in this game. Porzingis either wasn't out there or wasn't really doing much offensively. Jaylen Brown was still doing great defensively, but they just couldn't get any baskets to fall. And in moments like that, you would hope it's Jason Tatum that would be able to pick up the team and lead them, right? He's known as the first option on this team, the best player. He should be the guy that is able to do that, and he didn't do it once. I'm pretty sure he had 8 points for a majority of this game. It just wasn't looking good at all. And yes, he was doing pretty good playmaking wise, but I feel like when you need him most in that offensive setting, he wasn't able to provide. I also think the Boston Celtics are like 5-0 when Jason Tatum shoots under 40% from the field, which just shows you how good this overall Boston Celtics team is. It's not much about Tatum. Also, even he said himself that he had a ton of turnovers, and that was terrible. But on the other side of things, Luka Doncic was the only player doing anything. I don't even want to say that I'm talking about the Dallas Mavericks because it was just Luka playing basketball out there. This was a 1v5. At the start of the game, there were for sure some moments where he was struggling, but as things went on, especially in the third quarter, like I mentioned before, he was really able to find his shot. He was able to drive in the paint, get those step back threes, play basically Luka Doncic basketball. The one thing that he wasn't able to do though was drive in and get free throws, which isn't only because of the Boston Celtics defense being so damn good. Actually, yeah, that might be the only reason why he wasn't really able to get free throws. But those free throws are huge for Luka, not only because it's free points, but also because it gives him time to rest. This is a guy that is apparently still dealing with a knee injury. The way he's playing makes me think that he is not suffering through anything right now. But those free throw attempts have been crucial for him because if you let him sit on the line 10 or 11 times, that's a lot more rest than when he plays in games like this where he only gets about 5 attempts. And then there's Kyrie Irving, who was just depressing to watch overall, especially because he shot 0 for 5 from 3. 0 for 5 from 3. The one guy on this Dallas Mavericks team that has been to the NBA Finals. Don't fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure that's right though. For him to be putting up that ass of a performance and not really be able to lead this team in a lot of situations, it was pretty sad to see, a bit demoralizing to watch. And don't get me wrong, Kyrie was making some of the hard shots, like the smothered mid-range shots, but it was those threes that you just need so badly against this Boston Celtics team. They're one of the best three-point teams in the entire league, and so you can't win this game just purely off of twos. You can't win this game off of mid-ranges, layups, whatever. So for you to go 0 for 5 from 3, yeah, that hurts a lot. Now, like I said at the intro, I understand that it's only game 1, right? Things change. Some Mavericks players just didn't play good. They might come back for game 2 and everyone could be playing out of their minds. For all I know, we don't know. That's the fun part of this game. But when looking at this game from face value, the way that Porzingis was able to stop Gafford and Lively, who are 2 crucial players, you didn't really see anyone else put this game in their hands. It was only Luka. I just don't really know how the Mavericks can do it. I like to picture that in game 2, Kyrie Irving will be playing amazing, will hit better from 3. Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford might find some better attempts or some easier shots. But even then, even if things go picture perfect for the Dallas Mavericks, their margin of error is so small. I feel like all it takes is one little slip up for the Boston Celtics to eat them alive. Now, I feel like I should also clarify the Mavericks just haven't been a good team when playing in the first game of every series in the playoffs, but I just don't know if this was a performance that you can say is just historical. Like, oh yeah, they're just always bad in the first game of the series, because this was scary. And the momentum that you give the Boston Celtics, oh man, I don't know. But for this to only be game 1, it was very entertaining, even though at first I thought it was going to be a blowout. Having the Mavericks come back a little bit and give everyone a little bit of a scare was pretty fun. I do hope we don't see any more blowouts like this and we can actually get some more close games, maybe some OTs, some buzzer beaters. I will take anything. I'm loving this series right now. I didn't really think I would, but I'm having a great time. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe so you stay updated on my takes on the NBA Finals and the offseason, because my opinion matters the most. And also comment down below your opinions on this game or this series overall. I read and respond to everyone. The most fun part about making these videos is having the ability to talk to you guys and have pure basketball conversations down in the comments. So be sure to go do that. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Later.